And good evening, y'all, and welcome to another Thursday Night Live. Hey, for those that missed it, hey, I appreciate you watching the playback. Hopefully, you get something from this. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Share it out. Especially, share it out because Todd is here and Mariah, the best moderators and co hosts on YouTube. Welcome in.
We got Mike joining us. Hey, man, good to see you.
Hey,
And
Mike.
it is good to be back.
Yeah. So how was it last week? You were out on us.
I was, yeah. So I was at the racetrack, which is this time of year a place that you can find. Oh, I'm so jealous of that hat. I think that hat is super cool.
Isn't it great?
Yep.
I like it.
I think that hat is super cool. So last week I was at the racetrack. That's a place I go once a month usually. So you'll find me there for usually on the weekends. But it was really good. This one was close. It was here in New Jersey, so it was only like a couple hour drive away. But it was beautiful weather. They had repaved the track over the winter, so the grip was amazing. And I ended up my best laps were about 4 seconds faster than this time last year. So some of that's the
Nice.
repave,
Wow.
but there's some of that. So yeah, so it was awesome. I was sad not to be here with you guys, but we are back this week, and I'm very excited about it.
Yeah. By the way, you missed out on the what was it? Akoshala post
Recap, right?
Yeah, recap.
Yep.
And we had Alex come up here. Fathom.
So when I got back to the hotel room, I did jump in a little bit and watch, and I saw it was you and Alex up there together. But I couldn't stay long. I had to head to bed because the day starts early at the racetrack. But I did see that, which is awesome. I think that's great.
Hey, Mark Sturlson, I got to catch you before you leave. Have a good stream, or I'm off to get a blood test. Hey, good luck, Bill. Thanks for stopping by.
Yep. Take it easy, Mark, and hope that all goes well. And it's good to see you here.
And I did see hashtag Patty share. So I'm guessing that's sent over from Foxy Fishy's live stream. Which, if you didn't catch that one, go. Hey, actually, moderator, the moderator here in the chat, there is some. You mind sharing Foxy Fishy's live stream, or at least her link to her page on YouTube, so everyone can go rewatch that. I was watching a little bit, but I do have to go watch a replay. It looked very interesting. So, anyways, let's go ahead. Without further ado, let's go put the topic in. That way, those coming in can kind of get. Oh, hold on. Before I do that, we got to put something up on the screen. For those who don't know, Patty did pass away.
Yeah, it's been a tough week for the community. We've had a lot of losses, over the many months and years here, and this is another one that is quite hard. She's was one of the local folks here, and so had the opportunity to meet her on a number of occasions and spend some time together, and she's going to be missed.
Right. So yeah, definitely go watch the replay at least. Not, I mean, you don't have to, but yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and put the topic for tonight. That way, y'all can be thinking about it. Those coming in. Now this does not say I know what I'm doing, y'all. This is kind of like opening the door. I want to hear your opinions, your ideas, what has worked for you, and of course I'm gonna share some of mine that's worked for me. But this is like a community where we help each other out. But I do want to go over to fishfarm.link and welcome everybody in because I've seen a lot of people coming in, and I don't want to miss anyone. So if you want to get shouted out in the list, as I'm going to read here in a bit, go ahead and participate, and you'll be in the list on fishfarm.link. Fishfarm.link? Fishfarm.link? Whatever. You get it.
It's fishfam.link. You were right.
Okay. For some reason, my brain was saying that don't sound right.
Yeah, I could understand where you were going, but yeah.
Thank you, Todd. You're awesome. Let's go ahead down to the list. We got Shady Grady, Craig. I think Shady Grady was in first. Welcome in. Craig, Catfish, Caleb, Shirley. Hey, Caleb. I haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing? Father Aquatics, 3G, Dixon Designs, Mark Sturleson, Big Steve, Dennis Christensen, Renee DeQuare. Hey, Renee. Steven P. Boozer. Hey, Boozer. I saw him at Triple Crown. Welcome in. Nathan Hovey, Scotty Nona, and Jeff Kane. Welcome in, y'all. And just because I get excited about certain names does not mean I'm not excited about all of y'all coming in. It just, when I don't see someone for a while, I get really excited when I see them, you know? Okay. And if you do have questions or comments for us, if you want us to catch it easier, I know I say it every week. I sound like a broken record. Put at Vibes Aquatic in front of it. That way it's easier for us on panel to catch it. I do got a comment right back. We got to shout it out.
Who? Me?
Who's that dashing young man at the bottom? Haven't seen him in a while.
Whoa! Why, thank you. That's a big compliment.
Hey, Fathom, I think you just made Todd's evening.
But he did a great job standing in last week for Mariah and I. So not only could he cover for one, he covered for two. So that's
pretty good.
That goes to show you how good he was doing. For the few minutes I watched, that would be my assessment.
Now he did have an advantage. He was there at the show, so that's another reason I asked him to come up.
Smart.
He got. We were both there, right? But he got a different side of it. He had a different view.
Yep.
Dixon Designs. I saw that. Okay. I want to catch up in the chat. Oh, maybe I can't. Anyways, methods and means of photographing, and filming your tank. Hey, shout out to Todd. He's the one that suggested the wording for the topic.
Nope, did not. That was definitely Mariah. Completely false that I had anything to do with that. All I said was that I liked it. So let's give credit where it is due.
It was awesome. Hey,
thank you.
Hey, y'all, for those who don't know, Todd and Mariah are awesome team players. Without them, my topics will come out very weird and very black. So they add a spice to it, y'all. So I'm blessed to have them on.
It's part of our group creative process, right? Is, one of us will suggest something and the rest of us kind of tweak it a little bit. And usually that's what we end up with, is kind of a nice mix of what everybody has put together. Because I think you kind of came up with the initial concept, and then Mariah came up with the actual kind of final wording. Because we usually like to turn it into more of a question, where I think Vibes, you tend to kind of come up with a statement, and it's like, well, there's not much we can do with a statement. We need to kind of make it a question, and it needs to be not a yes or a no.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I'm just plain and simple, kind of like you eat chicken with pepper and salt, and that's it. You don't have any spice to it. It's very
that's
bland.
okay. No, there's nothing wrong with it. You came up with the original concept, which is half the battle, and then we just sort of, we try and massage it a little bit until we get to a place where we think it's something that we can do a show on. So
Wow, you guys.
what happened?
Welcome in, Melvin. Welcome in, Zen Ginger.
Benjamin there says we got a rock star, a race car driver, and a supermodel. Which one is which?
I'm the supermodel.
I'm the rock star.
Okay.
I'll have to be the rock star.
Okay.
I've definitely got the hair for headbanging.
So, Todd, what do you think? What's your answer?
Well, I think by default I have to be the race car driver, unless there's something I don't know about the two of you.
Well, you know what? Actually, I guess I could take the race car driver just based on my speeding habits and my road rage.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, so if that's the case, I don't know. Like, then Vibes and I have to fight for the other two, because I'm Alex is voting for me being the model, which
Ooh.
I don't know. But
Should
you wear
we do
the
a
cowboy
poll?
boots. What's that?
I said, should we do a poll?
I don't know if
Unofficial.
I want to know. I don't know if I want to know about that.
Nobody wears cowboy boots on this panel like you, though.
Well, Alex
Vibes.
even said.
Oh, Alex, from his personal experience, you are the race car driver.
Yeah, when we met up for me to return his air pumps to him, when I pulled to the parking lot, he was like, I wondered who that was flying or like floating into the parking lot or something like that in that Honda Accord. I was like, oh, it's just me.
Nothing to see here.
Just floating on by.
This one came in that I missed out on. Hey, Skull Aquatics, Benjamin Peter, Outside Aquatics, Ritesh Das, and Zen Ginger, and Melvin. Welcome in, y'all.
And I don't know if you've been seeing them, Vibes, but we've been getting some good commentary. I think.
Yeah.
Zen, you got those? Okay.
I've been clicking on him, stalling him. That way I'll catch him later.
Awesome.
Once we really dig into the topic.
Excellent.
Right now,
Speaking of this
go ahead.
I have a question for you guys.
Go ahead.
What do you think would be your favorite type of shot or type of imagery to look at when it comes to videos or photos of tanks?
Ooh.
Probably my favorite would be a picture of a fish and the eye of the fish. And somewhere on one of those lines, when you have the cross, you basically take the picture into thirds, and the eye should land right on one of those cross lines, both ways. That's my
okay.
Yeah.
And I think I tend to like what I'll call like almost action shots, like fish in the act of doing something. So like if it was my shell dwellers, it's them kind of coming to the edges of their territories and maybe flaring their gills at one another. To me, that's some of the most fascinating things about the fish is sort of watching them go about their day, because the things that they're doing are usually with some sort of purpose. And to see that purpose take form in a photo or over a video, to me, I think that's pretty interesting.
Cool. And how about you, Mariah?
For me, I think I would say, which is honestly, it's not a shot that you see very often unless it's unless the imagery is really involving a pond or like a lake or something like that, where you're most likely to look down. But I really love, like for instance, taking a picture of the tank from the top of the water, especially when the water is completely still. Like if you've got your filtration turned off right for a water change or whatever, and it's just very still and beautiful, and the fish kind of look like I mean, they are floating, but they look like they're floating in thin air as opposed to water in that from that shot. And like I said, it's not a shot that you see very often in tanks, of course, because most tanks are going to have a lid or they're going to be scaped in a certain way where it's more aesthetically pleasing from the sides or the front. But I don't know. I think that it just looks so different and abstract, especially if you're not scaping from that angle. And I think it's such a beautiful shot for me.
It gives you a different perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is awesome. I'm saying Fathom Cardick's commenting a lot. He's awesome. If you don't know Fathom Cardick, if you can't subscribe to him, go ahead and subscribe to his channel and watch his content, y'all. Give him some love. Hey, Fathom, I'm here. I'm just like you. I'm here too for all the tips. So welcome in, Fathom. And hey, I don't know if I told you last week, but hey, I was blessed to have you on as a co-host last week. For some reason, I don't think I told you. So here it is. Thank you. That was a side note, y'all. Okay, back to the.
If that ain't the truth. Oh my God.
Welcome in, no face. Sorry, y'all. Anywho.
That comment there is so true. Steven says, I find my fish like to do cool stuff and be extremely photogenic when I haven't scraped the algae off the front glass.
Yes. Steven, you're right on about that.
Yeah.
All the time.
Every single time.
When my glass is pristine looking, they're all hiding. Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Or how about when your phone or your camera or whatever you use is like in the next county,
Mm-hmm.
and they do like the coolest thing in the world, and you're like, okay, yeah.
Okay. There was some comments a while back that I want to catch.
Yeah.
Zen Ginger, I used some sort of shade cloth behind me and put the lens right up to the tank to reduce the glare. Then I also video and take still shots from the video, or use burst shot and hope for the best.
I love the last part.
Hey, I mean, that's pretty accurate though, Zen, about hoping for the best. Now, I did like your idea about that. Was also I got a list of comments about the topic. Anyways, and that was in my list about putting your lens, whatever camera if you're using a camera, a film camera, whatever. If you use your smartphone, which hey, most of us nowadays have some sort of smartphone.
Mm-hmm.
So on a budget, use your smartphone. Is all you need, y'all. You don't need to have some high dollar digital zoom macro camera to get these shots. I know you might get better shots at certain intervals, all that, but you can get great shots with just your smartphone, y'all, and put it right up to the glass if possible. That basically to reduce any glare from lights around it. Now you can put lights above the tank, above it, to lighten whatever you try to get in the photo, light it up better.
I think that's a pretty good idea for an experiment. Zen Ginger says we may need to put a two-way mirror film on the front so they can't see us even when it's clean.
Well, that's
Oh,
interesting.
That
I
would be
like
a
that.
pretty good idea for an experiment. I mean, I wonder how it would affect the aesthetics of looking at the tank, of course, like the clarity of the glass. But that would be pretty cool.
That's a good point. Yeah, I think the reason that they do good, they feel comfortable, y'all. They don't really see you. The vision is clouded probably a little bit, so they feel at home. But when you clean it, they can see it everything outside of the tank. More apt to see you, and yeah.
Also, our fish are a lot smarter than a lot of people give them credit for. I mean, they know what you're doing when you come up to the tank and it's just your hand and they see you dropping something in and it's food. They know the difference between that and something like this coming up to the front of the tank and being in the face. At that point, all they see is a large dark object that's about the same size as them or bigger.
Right.
And it's coming up to the glass of the tank. They don't know what that is. A lot of times they're like, no, I'm out.
Welcome in, Works, and Mike B and Eugene. Welcome in, y'all. So what we need to do, y'all, is start feeding your fish with your smartphone. That way they associate your smartphone as food, so you can get the perfect shot.
There you go.
So, do you have to use an app?
I like this. Wow, I didn't even think about that.
I mean, theoretically, if you have one of the automatic feeders that is connected to an app, you could hit it on your phone as your phone is at the glass, and you can hit the feed thing.
Yeah.
Right back over to the camera.
Huh? Look at that. I knew I was going to learn a lot of stuff tonight here, guys, as a total photo video novice.
Also, I'm sure that there's somewhere on Amazon or Temu or something like that that they actually have a phone case that you can put fish food in and just open the little flap on and tap, tap, tap.
Here's a quick tip, y'all. If you want to be here and chat, you gotta be subscribed for 20 minutes. Sorry, y'all. But doing that, y'all, that removes like 99.99% of any trolls out there. So
yes, Carlos said it's perfectly target feeding.
Put a target on the back of your phone or something. Yeah. Yep. And then Steven said he left an old smartphone on a tripod in front of the tank for a week, just so the fish are used to it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point. I mean, they really associate the owners as or the hands as food. So yeah, basically get them used to your smartphone. Instead of getting out only time when you want to take a picture, leave it in front of the tank all the time. Actually, yeah, put it on your tripod. Leave it there. That way, there's just a normal thing. Well, there you go, Fathom. There you go. And that is why. Hey, we live in 2024, y'all. I don't have time for trolls. And if they really want to troll me, they'll have to wait 20 minutes.
Steven said his C-123s didn't get the memo that he's the food guy. I think all my fish have kind of figured out I'm the food guy. It seems to be they don't struggle with that.
Right. Hey, MNC, welcome in.
By the way, you guys,
Mhm.
I have some news.
Go ahead.
So
On ahead.
at my job, you guys know I work for PetSmart.
Yep.
They were delivered some fish that are not good for the system, and they can't sell them, so they're going to give them away. It turns out to be 2 strawberry peacock cichlids, and one of them is an albino strawberry peacock. They're about maybe 2 inches, maybe 1.75 inches, not super big. But I am going to set up a small tank tonight and bring them home tomorrow.
Wow.
So I will be filming
Nice.
that. I will be filming that and posting that on my YouTube, which, by the way, you guys, y'all haven't subscribed to my YouTube as well, please go do so. My name is Smokey the Fish Girl on YouTube. There's a green phantom pleco for the photo.
Hey, actually, got a better idea, y'all. Hey, moderators, you mind putting Smokey's link to her channel in the chat for everyone to go ahead and subscribe to her? I mean, she takes the time out of a busy week to come on here and talk to y'all. Please, I mean, give her the favor back and go subscribe to her. She's awesome, y'all.
I do have some shorts posted right now. And then I have an actual video of something I did at the Georgia Aquarium. But there will be more coming soon, you guys. And hopefully soon I will be able to figure out how to enable live streaming on my channel.
Yep. I watched those shorts. I think it was last week.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. Thank
That was
you.
awesome.
That you posted a few new ones, so I went back and checked them all out. They're good.
Yeah.
They show off the tanks.
Thanks.
Which that kind of brought my brain to thinking about the topic was doing content regularly. Like, you know what? Maybe someone else has better ideas than I do, or maybe I have some tips that no one has heard about. You know, and I can help someone else out. So.
Something else I saw in the chat is that a lot of people were saying putting their camera right against the glass. I think a lot of us do that. However, I did see one video. I can't remember exactly what channel it was from, but I did see a video where they actually put their background on the inside of the tank instead of on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a matte black background, and it being on the inside glass of the back of the tank, there was pretty much no glare and almost no reflection whatsoever.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Which that was pretty cool.
Let me see. Now this is a horrible shot, y'all. I don't know if you can see it too. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna blow my screen up.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. That is a lot of junk in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
There's glares everywhere. That is just taking a picture away from the glass. That's ugly, y'all. You know, I want to show how it is just with the against the glass versus. Now it's not gonna be a perfect shot, y'all, because my fish now are hiding. But this is an action, y'all.
Oh, what a difference!
Oh yeah. Now there's a glare you see on the screen because that's the light hitting my phone. But,
Yep.
I think it also makes a huge difference too if the light in the room that you're in is a lot brighter. Of course, you're going to have a lot more glare, a lot more light scattering through the glass, so it's going to make it look a lot blurrier. Even with the clearest of cameras, there's some photos that just because of the lighting, it makes it look not as clear as it should be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and you're talking about lighting, you can also adjust your lighting on your aquarium as well. Now, if you have a shop light, maybe not as much. But if you have any of these newer Hygger, Fluval, Aqueon, you name it, whatever brand light you have in your aquarium, there's a good chance they have different color lighting. And it depends on the fish in the tank. You might adjust it or tweak it a little bit. It will make that fish pop better. That was one thing I learned last year at the expo in Houston. Local fish store was there, the booth. Anyways, they had the lighting because they had red discus in the tanks.
Mhm.
Anyways, they use a certain light on those tanks to make the colors of the red colors really pop more than average. Which
So here's a question.
go ahead.
Have you, and this can be for really anybody, even in the chat, makes me wonder, how lights have the different color spectrums.
Right.
Do you get better results if you go with a color spectrum or increase a color spectrum that's the color of so say you've got red fish, would you increase the red color spectrum to get a better turnout of color, or opposite? Or I don't know. I've never played with it, but your commentary about adjusting your lights sort of made me think about, is there something to that or not? I don't know. And Dee Dee joined us, and I happen to be wearing my Dee Dee's Fin Den shirt tonight.
I mean, it definitely. My brain is kind of cloudy tonight, but hold on. Sorry, y'all. There we go. My red floaters look more red under pinkish lights than yellow lights, not just a plant. Well, there you go. I was kind of leaning to that. If you have a blue light fish, go with blue light. Now, of course, you're red. You want more of a pinkish red light.
Sunlight gets the best color, so I would think, okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Now, how come Fallon with his wisdom, you can boost his specific color like that, but also setting white balance on camera be the biggest thing. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We should have had Alex up here as our guest tonight.
And then, yeah, I saw Jeff's comment there.
So, that's a question for myself. Is the photos I'm taking false? Are they misleading people to believe I have something that I don't have? I don't know.
I mean, you have the fish.
Right.
But I tend to feel like there is a level of kind of editing or manipulation of a photo that gets to a place where it's not a real representation, and for me that's not desirable. And then I think I've listened to fish related podcasts where people like Jeff Myotke, who's a professional aquascaper, has talked about some of the rules around taking a photo of your tank for a competition and the things that you are and are not allowed to do to kind of enhance that photo. It's like a filter. Someone takes a picture of themselves using a filter, and it changes who. Yeah, right. I mean, so to some degree, I feel like it can get so carried away that to me is, once it looks too unnatural, I think it gets to be too far. But I'm all for working within sort of the natural color spectrums, like making it more sunlight so that they look the best that they can. I just don't want them to look like, if they're not glowfish, they shouldn't look like glowfish,
Right.
right? But my personal opinion, there are people that will take a photo and that's what they're going for, and that still is their form of art, and it's still what they're trying to represent. Doesn't mean that it's, necessarily wrong for that purpose. For me, it's more of just, if you're trying to represent a fish, like I think Dan from Dan's Fish, he shows pictures of the fish, like especially the ones that he's using for like the giveaways and things like that, and he shows a really well done photo, but he's also careful to point out other photos that you may Google search that are like overexposed or something like that. And
Yeah.
I think, to me, in a situation like that, I want the person to really give me the real representation instead of some of those that would saturate the color or whatever, and make
Right.
it look like it's never gonna look like that, right?
So in other words, what you want is you want a picture is what you see is what you get.
Yeah, it can be the best conditions, but it should
Right.
be reasonable. Yeah,
Right.
Jeff, I agree with that. If you're
Yep.
selling a fish, it's definitely wrong to mislead, right? So don't make it look like something that it's not, but I think it's okay to make it look at its best.
Hey, welcome in, June. Once again, I was unsubbed. Vibes a 20-minute wait to chat.
Oh, no, June. That's
Hey,
too bad.
that is too bad. But hey, you know what? I'm gonna leave it that way. Cause
Oh, I'm just talking about her being unsubbed because it,
oh yeah,
right? That's too bad. It obviously
I wonder
happened
how
by
that happened.
accident.
Hey, that there's a side note, y'all. If your favorite channels out there or channels or content you like watching, make sure that you're subscribed to them because YouTube will unsubscribe you, especially to channels that you don't watch enough regularly. YouTube will unsubscribe you. So, just what you could do is make a list of all the ones that you really enjoy and put it on your notes on your phone, and go through it regularly and make sure you're subscribed. Or better yet, just go ahead and watch all the channels that you enjoy. Watch the content regularly. Then you don't worry about losing it.
I think Carl worded it perfectly. If you have to edit the photo to show off what the eye can see, but the camera is not picking up, that's fine. But if it's the other way around, I totally agree. I think that's when it becomes a bit too much, and that's when it becomes really truly altered at that point. Because when you alter it to the point where you're seeing something that's not actually there in real life, that's when it becomes an issue.
Yeah, again, I think unless it's that's your form of art and you want to take a picture that's more of an abstract or something like that, yeah, okay,
Right. No,
right?
I mean, I
There's a
was
place for
speaking
that.
more. I was speaking more from like the aspect of selling,
Yep.
of course.
Yep.
But if that's you just presenting your fish in the way that you want to present them, because that's the way you see it,
Yes.
then by all means, absolutely.
Yep. I'm with you, 100%.
All good things to those who wait. And talk about waiting 20 minutes. I did see that comment a while back, Steven, about the trolls that wait 20 minutes. Well, if they wait 20 minutes, they deserve to be a troll. So, now I ain't saying you go ahead and stop doing it now.
Steven says, want to sell blue boost. Crank up that blue light. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Nope. Jesse's here. Hey, Jesse.
Hey, Jesse,
Speaking of
welcome
blue
in.
light,
No. Did you catch Caleb's question?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, you start it. Okay.
You know what? Let's wait until the later on, y'all, because that's a totally different topic. If you have time tonight, Caleb will answer it. But if not, come back. That might be a topic for another Thursday Night Live, Caleb. We wonder about that. That has happened in the past, Caleb. Anyone else in the chat? Some of your comments or questions might get bumped to another live stream, and that might end up being a topic for another live stream. So,
Okay. So, for you guys, what's the one tip that you picked up, or someone either you stumbled upon it or somebody taught you related to photos or videos that kind of just you feel like changed the game for you?
Here's one tip. If you're already going to be filming your aquarium, with especially on tripod or gimbal, etc., don't take one video or one picture. Take multiple. Have time set aside to do great content, or even to be your personal put out, whatever. Take more than just one. Since you're ready time to set it up and do it, hey, take time to take multiple of them.
Yep.
Especially if you do content regularly, it makes it easier for you. Instead of one video, do 3 or 4 videos. And you don't have to use that video right away. You can store it, use it down the road if you have to. Say if you're making another video, you could collaborate them together, you know?
I've heard you say that before, right? So it's the idea of creating kind of a block of time to do your creating. And then, you're kind of in that mode, everything's all set up, you're ready to go and knock out a bunch of things. And then that way you aren't setting stuff up, taking it down, kind of getting back into the mode of doing those things. So yeah, that makes sense. Kind of maximize the time.
And when you're in the mood, do it. Because I don't know about for y'all, but me being an introvert or being who I am, that mood don't come very often, but when it does, I have time. So I go ahead and do it. It might be once every 2 weeks that comes along, or even less than that, to do pictures or videos. Overshoot everything, get more footage than you think you need. Amen. Amen.
That makes sense.
Also, I would say if you have the ability to shoot across multiple devices, use a tablet, use your phone, use a camera if you have one, use whatever you got. See how it looks at different angles on different cameras and different screens.
Oh. Yeah.
So basically, what you're saying, when you're filming a video, have your phone set up. If you have more than your phone, have your phone set up, your camera, your GoPro, your webcam, have them all pointed at different areas, and go ahead and hit record. That way, you have content to play with, or videos, whatever you want, for your own personal enjoyment.
Okay, here's another question. Go ahead and address his comment first, and then I'll come back to it.
And don't short yourself. Take that shot you think you don't need. Give that chance to get really interesting shots. And for ground and background, it's really important to convey depth. Yeah. About that, quick side note: when you're taking a picture of your aquarium, look what's in the glass, especially if it's a rectangle or square. Look at what's the background on the side, the side view. Are you getting a good representation of what's in the tank, or is it just what do you call it? A blob, or basically is it trash in that on the side glass, or are you getting nice representation of your driftwood, whatever? But that might be another topic. Yeah, go ahead.
So I just was curious to get both of your perspectives on sort of your process, right? I'm always curious how people prepare themselves. How do they set things up to shoot some content, right? What does that look like, right? The only reference that I've got, right, for each of you is our live streams, right? I haven't seen you create anything. I mean, we wouldn't, because we've never been, other than at the Clash, right? Vibes, you and I've never been in the same room, and Mariah, you and I have only seen each other through the internet here. So just curious what that looks like for each of you. How do you go about that? What's like, how long does it take? Just interesting to know.
Yeah, go ahead, Mariah.
I mean, for me, I haven't really delved too deep into the whole filming and photographing aspect of it, just because I am very limited on my my devices.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, my camera doesn't quite. It doesn't really look that great. In a lot of cases, the camera quality is not that astounding to me. And it doesn't, in my opinion, it does not capture the beauty of the tank or the fish in its actual form. But as far as length of time goes, I mean, I'll sit in front of the tank for an hour to 3 hours at the most, just taking pictures and videos and scrolling through and seeing what type of shots I got, deleting or editing and cropping out certain things, like, oh, there's a bubble here that I didn't want to be seen, or my power strip is off to the side and you can see that in this shot. And, it can take hours, but generally I don't usually spend that much time. When it comes to just taking photos or making shorts or videos, I'll usually spend about maybe an hour.
Okay. And then it's on the back end is when you spend the real amount of time to sort of set it up and edit and all those kinds of things.
Right. I think the editing process and the adding music and just everything else, if that's part of it, is the most time consuming aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Other than, of course, scrolling through to find out what are the best shots.
Yeah.
I like it.
How about you, Vibes?
Usually, I mean, some of y'all might see. I've seen some of my setups, like from another device or videos I've uploaded, whatever. If it's inside, I'll either use it's a big clothespin basically for your phone.
Uh-huh.
I'll have that set up either on a table or even depending on my tank stand. I can put it as my stand and have it basically within millimeters of the tank.
Yep.
If I want some close shots. Now, if I'm doing more of a tank, a fish room tour kind of thing, or I'll have it on a tripod, and it will take me 3 to 4 hours just to set it up, hit record, and make sure I'm doing it properly. Hey, and since you mentioned it, I got to talk about it a little bit. I got to shout out Alex. Alex is one that got me to get these. Have a great microphone, y'all.
Oh, you showed this to me, yeah.
As well. That will take your filming to the next level, y'all. I won't lie, it will. For years, I didn't believe it would, but it does. It takes bad footage to the actual quality of the filming does not have to be that pristine, but the audio has to be. It has to be. Otherwise, you're going to lose your audience. You're going to. People are not going to watch it because they can watch a 720p with good audio, no problem. But with a 4K bad audio, they're not gonna watch it. So that's just a side note for those who wonder. And most of my video filming around here, I use a lot of it on my phone. For those who wonder,
Mm-hmm.
I do have other cameras set up here and there that I've done some, like my live streams are all on the GoPro, but hey, Jeff Can, sorry, comment. I'll answer that in a bit. The reason I use my phone instead of my other cameras are the ease. Do the video. Hey, you may know I don't do a lot of editing. I do the video. I'm based on editing as I'm going. I'm talking to y'all and everything. I'm kind of so what you see, what you get. It's not nothing put on. But that question, Vibes, how does it connect to your phone? There we go. Yeah,
Excuse me.
I'll let you know.
Excuse me.
Now, of course, Alex would tell you better than me. But anywho, this is for your USB-C, your Android, your iPhone 15. It connects right to the charging port, y'all. That one. Now, if you have the older iPhones, 14 and older, there's a lightning adapter that plugs right into your phone. Now, it does have a charging port. I can't see it too well. There you go. If you want to charge your device while you're doing your filming, etc. Now, it does come with, if you get the combo set, it does come with the camera receiver, which there's a jack that plugs right in the side. This is a little hole there, right to your camera. And the cord came along. Or this same for your computer as well, laptop. If you want to make your laptop be wireless, for instance, which I've done it. It works phenomenally, y'all. Anyways, I hope that answers your question, Jeff Kane.
And I don't know if you saw, but MS Aquascaping, our friend from Singapore, has joined us. Where it is Friday already.
Hey, MS Aquascaping, welcome in. Hey, by the way, how is Friday? Is it really good, or should we call in Monday to take out the weekend already? Okay. So, any other questions for us, Todd? For those who don't know, Todd is our
He's our questionnaire.
Okay, that's what I was thinking, but it didn't. Like I said, it didn't sound right.
I mean, I don't think it's technically a word, but we'll go for it. So that'll be that can be the title for the night. Yeah. So just this topic, because you guys see, for anybody who does go to my channel, right? Which again, you certainly are welcome, but I'm not offended if you don't. My videoing that I put there is all race videos, right? So there's no, I put a camera in the car and set it, and it's got my telemetry there, so I could see speed, and I've got some data capabilities and things like that. I could see G-forces, I could see sector times and things like that. So there isn't really any true editing that I go on, other than if I want to make like clips of a full 25 or 30-minute session, I can do that, but that's it. So this stuff is all new to me. Is there anything that you guys do other than, like, I would imagine the obvious, right, is you feed the fish, you get some activity, but are there other things that you have found that have worked for you to kind of get them to be more active, more, comfortable in the moment, to try and get some of those, videos or shots that you're kind of looking to try and capture? Is there anything secret there?
For me, definitely, particularly in this tank, turning off the wave makers
Okay.
plays a big part. I think a lot of the reason why I originally had wave makers put in this tank in general was because I did have a lot of fish in this tank, and I had peacock cichlids originally, which of course are fairly aggressive. And the addition of those wave makers kind of gives them a good way to swim against the current and use their energy and their muscles for other things as opposed to aggression and fighting.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just kind of swimming along doing their thing when the current is going, but turning off the wave makers or even just turning off the filter for a little bit and having the water be super still, they do some pretty interesting things.
Yeah, it kind of livens them up a little bit, Mariah.
Mm-hmm. Or even actually something else, which I don't know if I'll do it now because I'm sitting in front of the tank with light, but I take this and tap it on the glass a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they come. Well, now they're not doing it because the light's there, but well, one of them came up.
Kind of.
But yeah, they go nuts when I turn off the wave makers and the filter.
Mm-hmm. And then anything specific for differences in shooting your fish versus like plants and hardscape? Have the issue of them like moving, right? Unless they're like a floating plant, right? Is there anything different that you do to make that turn out properly? Is it how you set the shot up, or the way in which you take it? Anything that you think that's different for that situation than it would be if it was just kind of straight fish?
I mean, it's definitely easier to take pictures of the aquascape, the plants versus the fish.
Sure.
Depends on the fish. If you got a slow moving fish that just sits there, I mean, it's like taking a picture of a plant.
Yep.
But most fish are not slow moving, or especially if you come up with a big black device or whatever, they don't sit there. Anyways, now I do tend to try to get the side glass in the background of the picture when I take pictures of my hardscape or plants. Versus with the fish, not so much. I'm more focused on getting a good shot of them and not worrying about what's behind them. Okay. That's just me.
Yep.
How about you, Mariah?
I would say it's definite. Of course, it's easier photographing the hardscape and just the tank itself, but it still really comes down to your angles and what type of photo you're looking to take. Are you looking for an artistic photo? Are we going naturalistic? Like, how do you want to approach it as far as what type of photo you're looking for? I think it's definitely a more challenging and more of a fun task to try to photograph and video the fish, or even, like you said, floating plants, just because it's a moving target, right? Which, to be fair, working in a grooming salon, I'm very much used to working with moving targets. So I think it makes it more challenging, and it kind of ups the ante on the fun aspect.
Yeah, sure. That makes sense. Oh, another question, Vibes.
Go ahead.
Anything that you found to be particularly successful for videos or photos out in nature when you're collecting and things like that? That's a whole different environment. I would have to kind of imagine, right?
It is. I mean, it's hard to see different locations going to get different pictures, right?
Mhm.
Now I've tried on my head, get the headshots, and whatever, and get. I tried the chest mount. I tried the gimbal. Now, if you're doing video at all, and you're doing any walking, the best would be the gimbal. Have some sort of gimbal to take out, because none of us are smooth, stealth walking people. When we walk, there tends to be shake, even
You?
with the newer phones.
You're majestic.
No. I mean, even with being perfectly taking each step perfectly, there's
Mhm.
going to be still enough variance.
Not you. You must be I feel like you saunter around.
I mean, I used to do a lot of my video when I was walking with just a regular, basically a selfie stick, basically what it was.
Mhm.
It may work, but I was getting some comments from my viewers that there's still enough of a shake. Which, hey, I agree. Looking back at my old footage versus today,
Yep.
there's a big difference. There's a big difference. It's like you have a gimbal in there. You have you kind of glide wherever you're
Mhm.
going
Yeah.
instead of a lot of
Mhm.
Now, if you just point and shoot,
Mm-hmm.
no, a gimbal is not needed. Usually, hey, I use my phone a lot just for if I want to take a picture of the species I've caught, the crawfish, the shrimp, the snail. I put it in a specimen container. Here, actually, I got one right here, right beside me. I mean, it's a little dirty because I put it on my backpack, but it has a lid.
Yeah.
Ryan with Wild Fish Tanks sells these on the website. But these what these are Q-tip swab holders. If someone,
what now? Q-tip swab holders?
Yeah, if one of the moderators could find a link, it'd be great. I think I don't know, is it Amazon? I don't know where you can find them, but I know Ryan with Wild Fish Tanks sells these, and this is where I got this one from. It makes a nice. Now, of course, if you catch a big fish, that's not going to work to get the nice picture out in the wild. Now, I do got what you call it, a critter keeper. One from Petco, PetSmart. The clear plastic with the lid with the slots around the top of the handle.
Yeah, they're like half a gallon or something like that.
Yeah. Now that I use that a lot for my. I actually carry it with me when I'm out collecting. Now, I've been thinking I need a different system about that. The whole collecting thing. I need a better system. I just haven't figured it out yet. But until then, I'll do that. I carry it along, catch what I want to catch, etc. Keep what I want to keep, and then if I want to get basically making the species less movement. In here, they don't have much movement at all, right? So you can get a nice long body shot of the species. But does that cover your question?
It certainly does. I am learning all sorts of things.
Hey, Geek Boy, welcome in. I have a couple of not good for macro shots as the subject can move too far away. Yeah, but hey, you know what though? With mine, I can see the bottom of the fish. Pick it up, you can see, depending on species, you can see if it's male, female, etc. It's carrying eggs. Now I do want to shout out someone before going any farther. Where are you at? There we go. My local. I can always say, if you're local, I know you're local. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm gonna shout you out. Dave Crane, the accidental aquarist. Go check him out. Give him some love. I got to spend time with him last year quite a bit, and okay, he's local, about an hour from me, hour and a half, whatever. But we got to spend a lot of time in Dallas last year, so he's pretty cool. So welcome in.
Records the video and then screenshots. Yep. Take your stakes to still shots. Yep.
Yeah.
First of all, where is Sam?
I don't know. I've seen him in a long time.
No.
I mean, I really don't blame him at all. I mean, this is a lot of fish content.
Nope,
Right.
I'm messaging him.
Uh-oh.
Because that makes me worried. I don't like that.
Mariah, do you have your flashlight on your phone on by accident?
No, it's not accident. It was
Oh.
actually illuminating me a moment ago, but
I got it. Okay. Oh, Jeff said Sam's just on a fish fam vacation. Okay.
I mean, I understand it. It's
Yeah,
cool.
sure.
So, Mariah, you really need illumination on you? I mean, I thought you're good enough where it is.
I mean, I do technically glow in the dark, but you know.
Exactly. Okay, so maybe I was wrong. If I haven't found a glass one on Amazon, now I have not looked it up recently, but those specimen tuners. I guess I need to message Ryan and ask him if there's other places that get it from besides him. But I mean, yeah. Anyhow, that's a side note. But any other comments, questions for us, Todd?
I mean, this has been extremely helpful. I find it really interesting to learn from you guys, sort of the different ways in which you handle the different situations. So I think that's pretty good. Maybe it's what, 9:15, so we've got maybe like 15 minutes left. Do we maybe want to go back and try and answer Caleb's question?
Oh yeah.
Let's check that out. And I don't know if there was other questions that you starred.
Let's see.
We can maybe go through a few of those.
Yes.
Instantly upon being into the pea house, they get scratched. Good to know. There's like a specimen container vortex in the house.
And I did start that because I want to remember that. I want to give that a try.
Yeah, that would be a really interesting experiment.
Now okay. That's all I got besides Caleb Shirley. I have a panel question. Was it easy to care for a fish less aggression to put in a 75-gallon tank very planted?
Oh, I think if Caleb's still here, though, we need. So, guys, you'll learn this about me, right? I need context.
Yes.
In general, like that is for me, that is one of the things that is really kind of my desire, is to have context of the question that's being asked. This is it mostly comes up in my work life, right? Is my answers will vary greatly, right? So if we're talking about just you've got a 75-gallon tank with nothing in it but a bunch of plants, I'm going to give you one answer. If you're telling me you've got a 75-gallon planted tank and you've got a piranha in it, I'm going to give you a different answer, right? So, Caleb, if you can clarify, that's good. Absent of that, I like Geek Boy. I like Charlie's answer. 1,000 chili rasboras, like a whole bunch of nanofish. I think would be super cool in a decent sized tank like that. I think in a tank like that, I would go. This will surprise nobody. I would go If you've got the water for them, they do like it a little harder. I'd go Shelly's.
Ooh, which ones though?
Ooh, good question.
I mean, you got the big footprint. I mean,
Yep.
you really get the bigger species.
You could.
Like Simulus.
The Similus are cool, but they're very much like the Maltese, right? They're just slightly different in how they look,
Yeah.
right? The stripes go further up to the head. I have this fascination with, but I struggle with the fairly aggressive nature of the Ocellatus.
Yes.
I think the blues and the golds are beautiful fish, right? And so, and I don't think they would bother plants or anything like that.
No.
They're a great looking little Shelly. They've got great personalities. I think that those would be really interesting. If in a tank like that, you could probably have enough of them where they are where they would be kind of, they'd figure it out, right?
Right.
Zen's right. The Ocellatus are tiny little hate machines. Yes, they are.
But they're so cute.
MNC says, or Calypterus. So Calypterus, MNC, if I'm thinking of the right ones, right? They're the ones where the male is much, much larger than the female. And I don't think it really even is small enough to go in the shell, but the females are. They're very interesting. I think something like that would be pretty cool. We're getting lots of good ideas. Geek Boys says 1,000 CPDs. I think that would be cool.
That would be phenomenal.
In a 75, I would do angelfish.
Now, what I'll do, I'll probably go with mollies.
You'd go with mollies. Ooh.
The sylphin mollies, the wild type.
Yeah.
The wild one. I mean, I still already got them. Hey, big side note, the tank behind me, I've been debating. This is backstage. I've been talking with some other co-hosts.
Behind the scenes, we are about to go.
Side note. That tank might get bumped into the biotope. So.
Whoa. So I will see your wild mollies and I will raise you goodeids.
Ooh. I like. Okay. All right.
In a 75 planted.
I
think Caleb, call up our man Curtis. He knows a thing or two, and by a thing or two, I mean lots of things about the goodeids, and can probably hook you up with some really cool stuff. Alex says Polypterus over Calypterus. So we know that he is a fan of the Polypterus, also called the Bichers. So you could certainly do something like that in a 75, right?
How about you, Mariah?
I'd say do a pair of angels, maybe some gouramis in there, and some smaller variety tetras. Do a nice community tank. Maybe some dwarf gouramis and some really nice angels.
Ooh, so you're going community tank.
Okay.
I see that.
I think a 75 planted would be perfect for a community. Have you have a nice cleanup crew in there. Maybe some autos or some smaller variety plecos. Maybe a green phantom or two.
Yep.
Of course.
Yep.
Maybe a couple or bristle nose, and like I said, some small variety tetras. Maybe some, or even Danios would be nice. Some gold Danios.
Ooh, I like this idea. MNC says glass cats, X-ray tetras, and ghost shrimp.
So basically everything you can't see.
It's all see-through stuff. Yeah. Hey, I dig it. And then Jeff says all other fish are better than Shelly's. Jeff.
I saw that.
Jeff.
Don't acknowledge it. Don't acknowledge it. He's trying to grind your gears.
No, it
Right.
doesn't grind my gears. Everybody has things that they prefer. I'm cool with it.
He's trolling you, Todd.
I just question it. I question the judgment. So, Caleb, if you're still around, and you want to add us a little context, yeah, Jeff, that's totally cool. That's what I mean. Like, this hobby's big enough for all of us, and I respect the fact that it's not your thing. Mine is. It goes deep, right? That's where I sort of started in the African cichlids, and so they'll always have a place in my heart, right? And it's probably not the norm. So no, I got no issue with it. I just think they're just fantastic. So my judgment's clouded.
Yeah, a little.
Just a little.
But I like Steven's comment. Said that it went for women fish then.
Also, Jeff, I'm not sure if I made comment about this before, but I'm loving that name, Empire of Dirt Aquatics.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really nice name. I like that a lot.
I mean, he could change his name to Longbeard, and we would all know who it was.
Longbeard, yeah.
The Bearded Aquascape. No, that's a weird side note.
What'd you say?
I said the Bearded Aquascape.
The Bearded Aquascape. Jeff said, but I would definitely exaggerate it to troll you, kind of like Stephen P. and his rainbow fish.
That's good. Do it.
That's a very good question for you, Todd. The Query King.
Yeah. Ooh.
Twizzle me this.
Of Shelly, can you keep together in 75?
By the way, I am definitely stealing that word. I'm absolutely using the phrase "quizzle me this" now.
Quizzle me this? Yeah, I like that.
I like it.
Oh boy, in a 75, how many species? So don't mix Shelly's, the Maltese, and the Similis.
Okay.
Because I do believe they are close enough that they will hybridize.
Uh-huh.
So I would not do that. I think you could do, say you liked Maltese or Brevis, like it doesn't really matter. Those are two that are pretty calm. I think you could keep them with, like, what do you think about the Catapunks?
They're amazing.
Aren't they cool? And they're, do you find them, so this is interesting, right? And I don't think this is where Rival was asking us to go, but I'm curious now because you've got them.
Yeah.
Mixed reviews in my mind on if they're a true Shelly or not. What I have heard is that the babies hang out in the shells and the parents are usually kind of just around the general tank, more like they don't really interact with the shells as much. True or false in what you've experienced?
Well, if I'm comparing with my Maltese,
Yep.
What I've seen both of them, they're basically the same thing. Now,
really,
my Maltese are too much at home. I don't know. Back when I got them, they were always hiding. But most of the time now, my Maltese are always out.
Yep.
The only ones that hide are the babies. Occasionally, even the babies come out on a regular basis. Go out.
Yep.
So I don't see a lot of hiding in the shows anymore, like I used to.
Yep.
So I don't know what causes that. Maybe they're comfortable now. I don't know. Now I have noticed that my female caudapuncturists do tend to gravitate to the shells for safety.
They
I
do.
noticed that. Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Now the
Okay.
males, I mean, if they want to hide, they go behind the sponge filter, something like
Mhm.
that, you know. But yeah,
Yep.
that's what I noticed.
African butterfly fish would be perfect with those.
With what?
With the shellies.
Yeah, as long as you were able to acclimate them to, I don't know enough. I think African butterfly fish are really pretty, but I don't know what their water parameters they typically would like. I mean, I suppose if they're
So I've kept them in tanks with both African cichlids with super high pH, and I've kept them in lower pH tanks as well.
Yep.
And they've done really well in both tanks. And I also kept them in a tank with, that had gouramis and some mollies in it as well.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
And
I
they
also
did really
like
well.
M&C says Cyprichromis on the top. Yeah. So if you had a
Yeah.
tank, any tank really, like a 75, the Shelleys are going to stay to the bottom, just like Curtis said. And so that, or I know about Tanganyikan killifish. I think you could do
Right.
like a lamp-eye killifish, right? The Norman's lamp-eye killifish. Heck, you could probably get away with like some rainbows even,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right? I mean, as long as again the water parameters weren't throwing them off, which it probably shouldn't, right?
Unless your water parameters are set exact water in the wild, most
Mhm.
species that we have in our tanks nowadays, they can go very well in whatever water you have in your
Yeah.
home.
So yeah, I think there's and Riva says I bet there's some weird fish you could keep with Shelleys too, like top minnows, killifish. Yeah.
How about phantosas?
I've seen it done,
Yeah.
but I
I
mean,
wouldn't.
at some point,
I wouldn't.
it's not going to go super well for
What?
your
The
poor little
Fantosa?
Shelleys.
Oh, a nice snack, huh?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Hey, before we get too late, y'all,
Yep.
what should the hashtag be? Let's send over to China
Ed.
Ed's live stream.
Mm,
Hashtag model.
hashtag lights, camera, action.
Bam. That's it.
Hashtag lights, camera, action. That's a long one.
It is a long one. I'm sorry about that, pal.
There we go. I ain't saying you have to leave now, but hey, there it is. Anyways, I mean, we do. Actually, we're running over Ed. I think Ed's live now, right?
Is he?
Hold on.
And I see. I'll just go. So, Riva kind of clarified his question a little bit there around, to set up territories in a 75. I would probably go with 2 varieties, one on each end of the aquarium, and let them colonize because Shelleys are typically quite prolific. So if you start with 6, you're going to have 60 in about 3 months, 4 months. So I probably would stick it to just the 2, pick 2 that you liked. The hybridization is not as common. I just happen to know that the Similis and the Maltese tend to be close enough where they will potentially hybridize. So I would stick away, pick one or the other if you wanted them, and then pick one of the other species. I think caudapunks would be great, and put them on the other side of the aquarium and just let them both kind of go crazy.
Hey, Skull, I seen your comment. Fonts are too slow to catch chilies. Well, hey, Skull, here's a side tip. My phantosas are not that slow when it comes to food. It's like a missile going off. I mean, it's like dead still, all of a sudden they're in full action. There's no waiting around. Anyhow, hey, we don't want to edit too long. So before we head out of here, though, Mariah, what you got to say to the fish community, the Vibe fam?
Thanks, you guys, for stopping by. As always, appreciate y'all checking in this week. Those of you watching replay, make sure you come back and watch us live next week. We love having y'all. Thanks to you guys on panel. Thanks to everybody in the chat. And as always, y'all treat people how you want to be treated. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And may God treat you how you treat animals and elders.
Thank you. And how about you, Todd?
Yep. So first, I'm going to say, Riva, yes, a 5,000 gallon shell dweller pond. Absolutely. I am 100% behind that idea. I would like to say I was glad to be back with you guys tonight. I missed you last week. I do love my time at the racetrack. The season is short, so I do take those opportunities, but I missed y'all. Thank you to those who joined us, and for those that catch the replay, we love you too. And we will see you again next Thursday.
Yeah. Anyway, hey, you made this far in the replay crew. Hey, Mike, you look awesome. I'm talking to you. Thanks, Bill. You always got my back. Anyways, thanks for being here. Like I always say, stay positive. Positive vibes only. Until later. Peace out. Bye.
Bye, you guys.